here for the Week 5 finale of the City League. Our last game on Thursday between Prudential, a 2-1 squad, and NBA Math Hoops, who comes into today at 2-0. We're live at the Bonner Center. I'm Zion Brown here with Zach Browning as we are just about ready to tip off. It'll be Kademon Brauntrager tipping off for NBA Math Hoops, and Ali Akurashi tipping it away for Prudential as Math Hoops wins the tip. And we're ready to go. Connor McCaffrey with the basketball. Swinging it over on the drive. A lot of contact, no call, and then the whistle comes late as Philia was attacking the hoop, and he'll go to the free throw line.
This is a matchup, Zion, between two of the better teams we have here at the City League. Prudential, yes, they have that one loss, but the reigning champs, always one of the better teams here at the City League. And then NBA Math Hoops, they have the largest point differential in all of the City League, and they've played just 2 games. Their point differential through 2 games, Zion, 46. Mambo's is 4-0, but just have a 43-point differential.
Wow, that's very impressive. As a lot of it came last week when they beat Big Brothers Big Sisters 90-54. They start this game off leading 2-0. Comes Prudential down the other end. As a miscommunication, Tillman was not ready for the cut that Tyree Johnson delivered, and he threw it out of bounds.
It's been a little bit of a struggle for Prudential. Obviously, they lost Zach Owens out for the rest of the City League season.
Open 3 is drilled by Travis Clark.
It's been a little bit of a struggle for Prudential to find that #1 go-to scoring option with Owens sidelined.
Here's Willie Morris getting it back over to Jamel Boyd, who nails a 3 himself. Going quickly down the other way is NBA Math Hoops, and Brauntrager scores.
This is what impresses me so much for NBA Math Hoops. They don't have that one standout player. There's no top 5 player, I would probably say, in the City League on this team, but you can see a lot of these guys, they can get it going in a moment's notice. Brauntrager was great last week. Connor McCaffrey, we know he can score. He's been primarily a playmaker, though, this summer. Skip Mills was fantastic from 3-point range last week. Travis Clark scored 19 in the opener for NBA Math Hoops. This is a very deep roster.
Michael Tillman setting up the Prudential offense. He'll step back for a 3 over McCaffrey. Missed everything and out of bounds. So a quick 8-3 start in this one. For NBA Math Hoops, they're looking to tack onto that here. Here's Skip Mills, wild pass up to Brauntrager, who corrals it. Brauntrager with the left gets the friendly bounce. Here's Morris on the other end. Morris trying to find a cutter, gets batted away and into the hands of Philia. Philia down the court at the foul line, kicks it back out for a 3. Mills left it short, and he'll go out of bounds back over to Prudential.
Well, he's already missed more 3s than he did in the first half of last week's contest. I think it was 6 for 6 from 3-point range in the first 20 minutes of that win last week.
Tillman over to Johnson. Now Willie Morris in the corner. Morris is going to try a 3 off the mark. Akurashi gets the rebound, gets it back to Morris for the lay-in. (10-5) is the lead for NBA Math Hoops. They get it down low, then swinging out. Brauntrager can't hit the 3. Boyd boards it up for Prudential. Here's Boyd now down on the other end, looking for his second 3 already. Can't hit that one, and Mills grabs the rebound. Mills guarded by Boyd over to Connor McCaffrey. He sends it down low to Travis Clark. Clark now facing up. Clark in the post, fades, hits.
It's a really tough cover down low for anybody. Travis Clark so good at getting to his spots, whether it's the low post or high post.
Michael Tillman using the screen. Tillman with the runner, Pierre. Philly up ahead, gets to Bontrager, taken away for a moment by Akuashi, and he gets put in an uncomfortable position and called for the foul.
Like the defense there on that attempted post entry, but after you get that first initial deflection, probably got to take a step back. Bontrager, as tough of a matchup as Travis Clark is, Bontrager is a matchup nightmare for any team here at the City League.
McCaffrey driving, picks up his dribble, and finds Filia. Filia feeds Bontrager. He goes to the right side of the hoop and converts. Morris now sends it over to Tillman. They swing it around. Here's Jason Peace. Peace pivoting back to Willie Morris. Under 10 on the shot clock. Willie Morris drives, can't hit the layup, and Bontrager cleans up the play. Back out, McCaffrey will try his first shot today. Doesn't hit. Tip doesn't go either for Filia, and Morris has it for Prudential. Willie Morris going right at Mills. Nice pass out to the perimeter, but Boyd can't hit the shot, and a foul called on Jason Peace on the rebound attempt.
Prudential getting some good looks, Zion. Boyd's had, obviously made the three early in this first half, but he's gotten a couple of good looks from three outside of that first one. Just haven't fallen yet for Prudential.
Filia delivers to Travis Clark. Clark tries the three over Boyd and rattles home.
And that's such a high release there from Clark. Almost puts that above his head. Sort of Nikola Jokic-like almost, the way he releases that above his head.
Here's Peace, who'll try to respond with a tray. Too strong, and Mills gets the board for Math Hoops. Up ahead to McCaffrey. Tried to find Bontrager. Ball got hit off a few faces, it looked like. Now Mills has it. It finds its way back to Bontrager, and it's finally tapped away by Michael Tillman into the hands of Tyree Johnson. Johnson down low. Jamel Boyd going at Skip Mills. He misses the rim, and two Math Hoops guys are there, and it's in the hands of Clark. Filia had that ball go off the foot of Michael Tillman. Tillman tried to argue that it's Prudential's ball after it clearly hit his right foot. It'll stay here with NBA Math Hoops. Here is Skip Mills guarded by Peace over to Marcus Filia. Down low, Cademan Bontrager. He fades, left it just short, and Peace pulls it in.
Prudential starting to get the stops they need. They just got to find a way to unlock the offense a little bit here in the half court.
Let's see if Tillman can do that. Crossing over against Mathiasen, doesn't get it to go. And rebounded by Math Hoops. Here comes Filia. Filia trying to squeeze one into Bontrager. That pass was nowhere to be found, and Peace got the steal. They kick it up ahead. Tillman will try the corner tray and left it short. Here comes McCaffrey driving in transition, and he will draw the contact and head to the charity stripe.
It's interesting. We haven't really seen Connor McCaffrey try and take over a game as a scorer this summer. He's been really more of a playmaker than he has a scorer. He's second this summer on the men's side in assists per game, averaging 4.5 per game.
McCaffrey makes the first of his 2 free throw attempts. Of course, spent all those years playing at Iowa, where his father Fran was a coach, and relocated to Indianapolis. First had a stint with the Pacers, now a part of the Butler coaching staff. 12-point lead for this Math Hoop squad that has really stifled this Prudential offense. Here's Jamel Boyd. Boyd pushes off, no call, long two. It is a three, actually. Falls for Jamel Boyd.
It's already a second three. Going to need a lot more of that, though, Prudential. Got to knock down your open looks if you want to have a chance against this NBA Math Hoop squad.
Here's Mills guarded by Peace. Swings it over to Colin Romero. Emmanuel Colin Romero finds McCaffrey. McCaffrey dishes it off to Matthiessen, and he hits. Will Matthiessen with the layup off the dime by Connor McCaffrey. Quickly down the other end, rejected by Bontrager as Willie Morris tried to sneak the layup past him, but Bontrager denied access to the hoop. Peace has it over on the far side, over to Boyd. Boyd defended by Matthiessen. Hop steps into the lane, can't get the floater to drop, and that is last touched by Prudential, says the official on the baseline. Mills over to McCaffrey. McCaffrey, awkward pass, got it to Matthiessen, but taken away by Tyree Johnson. Prudential on the break. Johnson with the layup, doesn't fall. Tillman couldn't get a grasp of it, and McCaffrey comes out of the pack with it. Over to Skip Mills. He's a lethal shooter, and he drills it.
It's not just him who's a lethal shooter, Zion. This team, NBA Math Hoops, shooting 45.6% from distance on the season coming in to tonight.
Tillman steps back. Tillman gets to the foul line, delivers it over to Johnson, who can't hit the midi. And Math Hoops continues to get stop after stop on the defensive end. McCaffrey for three, rattles out. Peace brings it into the forecourt for Prudential, pump fake, and tried to get it back over to Tillman, stolen away by McCaffrey. McCaffrey, however, threw it into no man's land. There were two different Math Hoops players who that ball could have been going to, and neither one was really ready for it.
This is what NBA Math Hoops has really done to opposing teams this season. I talked about, as we get a timeout here on the floor, they've been really dominant so far this season. This is only their third game of the year, but it's one of the better teams that we have on the men's side, if not the best team.
So timeout, and we'll take the break with them. 8:07 left to play in this first half. It's a 24-10 advantage for NBA Math Hoops. Back here in the first half, where NBA Math Hoops is looking to get to 3-0, currently ahead by 14. 8 minutes and change left to go in this first half of action. Zion Brown, Zach Brownie, here with you for our final game of Week 5 of the 2025 City League. Michael Tillman with the floater. Nice touch to get it to fall. Here's Filial with the deep two. He sinks it. Here's Tillman after that last basket. Looking for more. Another floater. This one he puts it off the glass and in.
Michael Tillman trying to assert himself as that go-to option offensively for Prudential. With no Zach Owens, obviously he's out with injury. No Larry Plummer tonight.
Nice feed by Skip Mills into Travis Clark, who just used his body to bury the defender under the hoop for two. But you mentioned it, no Owens, no Plummer, probably the two best, not just the two best players, definitely the two best penetrators that this Prudential team has offensively. Morris puts the three home. Now, 3 straight possessions with buckets for Prudential, 7 straight points offensively, but Math Hoops has kept up offensively as Filial might have had that floater deflected. Math Hoops retains possession. Filial has it, kicking it over to Colin Romero. He's got 3 to work with. Back to Filial. Does he realize that it just does at the last minute, but can't get the 3 to go? Willie Morris to set up the offense. Here he is, defended by Philyaw. Morris feeding inside to Boyd. Boyd behind the back pass to Jason Peace was barely knocked away from Peace.
Like that offensive possession, though, in the half court, it was really just kind of isolating this near side of the floor for Boyd to go to work, and a good cut on the backside from Peace. Gonna have to get a little creative to try and score in the half court against this NBA Math Hoops defense.
Here's Michael Tillman kicking it out to an open Tyree Johnson off the mark. Peace with the old board. Peace hit the side of the backboard, thought he got hit. Boyd goes up with it and finally converts on this possession for Prudential.
Prudential can just stay attached. Anything can happen when that Elam ending hits late in that second half. Just got to stay attached to this NBA Math Hoops team.
They've been able to cut this to a 9-point deficit. 3 for Mills. No good. Rebounded by Tillman. Tillman over to Morris. He'll fire. That one well off the mark. Boyd with the offensive rebound. Boyd can't hit that time, but he got fouled. So, bit of life for this Prudential squad. They've been able to get a few stops and playing much better offensively. Crashing the boards has been a huge part of that. And Boyd has a chance for putback points.
And since that timeout, Michael Tillman got a couple of buckets, and Jamel Boyd, he's been active. He's knocked down a couple of threes in this first half. He's been active on the glass as well.
Ali Akarishi subs back in for Prudential. Coming out of the game is Tyree Johnson. Boyd hits the free throw, and it's an 8-point game.
Point guard Connor McCaffrey here.
Yeah. Looking to direct the offense, he finds Philyaw, who almost got a friendly roll there. Ball still loose, and Tillman comes away with it for Prudential. Tillman, nice look away into the corner. Morris looked like he had a three. He'll drive instead and got fouled by Travis Clark.
It's a good find from Boyd, good find from Tillman.
Yep.
Made the right decision.
Nice surge being put on here by Prudential, especially if Morris can hit these. He knocks down the first of two. Morris can't hit the second. Rebound fought for. Akarashi tried to bring it back in for Prudential. It's going to be Math Hoops possession. McCaffrey up ahead to Bontrager. Bontrager finds Clark, but he couldn't convert. Here comes Tillman. Over to Morris. He'll try the deep three, and he'll nail it. Just like that, it's a 4-point game, Zach.
This is that championship DNA here for Prudential. Down a couple of their star players.
And now they're out on the break yet again. This is a 4-on-1 break, and Jason Peace lays it through. And a timeout needed for NBA Math Hoops, as it was 24-10 at our last timeout. And all of a sudden, this game has been flipped upside down a bit.
And we talked about the defense of NBA Math Hoops limiting Prudential early, but how about the defense from Prudential? This is an NBA Math Hoops team, Zion, that averages 81.5 points per game through 2 games so far this summer. They have just 28 with just under 3 minutes to play here in the first half.
This Math Hoops team was they had a nice balance, I would say, of inside out early in this game. Feels like everything has been either a jumper or a turnover, basically, in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think Caedmon Bontrager coming back into the game, I think he's a key piece. Playing his college basketball right now at UIndy. He's got the ability to put the ball on the floor like a guard, but he's so strong and so physical down low. There's not necessarily a great matchup. It looks like Jason Peace will be guarding him coming out of the break, and Peace has typically been tasked with guarding the opposing team's best player. Peace was guarding Tony Perkins a little bit last week. Of course, didn't really matter. Perkins went for 40 in that game.
So let's see how Math Hoops responds. McCaffrey has it. He drives inside, kicks it back out to Clark for the mid-range jumper. Doesn't fall. And now Prudential can tie or take the lead on this possession. Here comes Boyd, faking the handoff. He'll try to tie the game with the jump shot. Doesn't go. And Philly rebounds it for Math Hoops. Over to McCaffrey for the three. Overcooked that shot, and Akuishi comes away with it.
One of the more efficient teams in the City League, NBA Math Hoops, they're up near the top of the men's division as far as efficiency is concerned, but they have not been able to get anything to fall as of late.
Boyd with the three. Too strong, gets it back into his hands. Now he'll take a 14-footer and tie this game at 28. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the first half. Here's Philly whipping it over to Skip Mills. Mills on the drive. Mills goes up and lays it through, ending the drought offensively for NBA Math Hoops. It's back to a 2-point lead for Math Hoops. Here's Tillman over to Boyd. Boyd trying to find Akurashi and couldn't squeeze the pass through. Akurashi couldn't fully grab it, and it's a turnover.
Ambitious effort there on that pass there from Boyd.
They don't pick up McCaffrey in transition, and he sinks the open three. As I don't know if that picked up to our stream, the PA jokingly calling McCaffrey TJ McConnell.
That's pretty good, I can't lie, Zion. That's pretty good stuff.
Caught me so off guard. 5-point lead now again for NBA Math Hoops. 45 seconds to play. Wild shot from Tillman, but he buries it. About 14 seconds between the two clocks. Could be a 2-for-1 opportunity, but McCaffrey will get fouled instead. So what this actually could turn into, and probably will turn into, is the end of the half with Connor McCaffrey shooting two at the line. Connor McCaffrey will shoot these two, and the clock indeed will run out as he misses the first. Short. So he'll shoot the second one all by himself, and Math Hoops, NBA Math Hoops will lead by at least 2 going in to the second half. But Zach, a really impressive into this half for Prudential as McCaffrey misses both, and Prudential trailing by as much as 14, only is down by 2 at halftime.
Yeah, and I think it was really an uptick defensively. We saw NBA Math Hoops struggling to not necessarily generate open looks, but make those open looks. There were a lot of well-contested shots for NBA Math Hoops in the latter half of that first half. You got to credit the defense getting them back into this game and then developing the offensive rhythm for Prudential.
33-31 lead for NBA Math Hoops over Prudential at the half. In our final game of the night, we'll have the second half in just a moment here on TCL Live. Back for the second half for our last game of the day and of the week here at the City League, where we've got a good one. 2-point game. NBA Math Hoops leads Prudential, but Prudential has a chance to tie or take the lead to start the second half. Michael Tillman has it for Prudential, dumps it off. Ali Akarashi couldn't hit the shot. And it's rebounded by Skip Mills for NBA Math Hoops. I'm Zion Brown, alongside Zach Browning here from the Bonner Fitness and Learning Center on the campus of Arsenal Tech High School. Posting up, it's Bontrager, and he gets fouled by Akarashi.
Zion, if we remember back into the earlier stages of that first half, this was actually a 14-point game at one point. But there was a timeout taken around the 8-minute mark, I want to say, that first half. And ever since then, Prudential has gotten themselves back into this ballgame.
An extended 21-9 run by Prudential since then. As here's Clark trying to score over Boyd, couldn't hit, and it finds its way back to Jamel Boyd. Boyd in transition, kicks it out to Tyree Johnson. He'll take the three for the lead, doesn't hit, and it once again just finds the hands of Skip Mills. Feels like he's been a magnet to those rebounds tonight. Back out to Philly, y'all, for the three off the mark. Here comes Michael Tillman trying to split two. It went off the foot of a Math Hoops player at the seams, and it is going to still be Prudential ball. Boyd up top. Gives to Michael Tillman. He'll try a deep three way off the mark. And
he thought it was good.
Rebounds it.
He thought it was good. It was online, just too long.
Three on the other end for Skip Mills, doesn't go. Both teams in a bit of a rut to start this second half. That ball went off the right knee of Skip Mills.
Just nice fist bump there with Greg Foster.
2-point lead still, same score from halftime. As NBA Math Hoops is on top. Boyd looks to change that, and he does. The first lead change of our game. The first time Prudential has been on top in this one. Skip Mills finding space beyond the arc, and he takes that lead right back.
He's not a guy that you want to get going from three. If last week is any indication, where he went 6 of 6 in the first half alone.
Tillman crossing over. Now he gets the screen from Boyd. Michael Tillman pump faked the three and got it back out to Willie Morris. 4 to shoot for Morris. Morris will take and have it blocked by Clark into the hands of Philyaw. Philyaw dumps it off for McCaffrey. A lot of contact, but he scores regardless. So a quick 5 straight points for Math Hoops. They're back ahead by 4. Boyd, turnaround J, doesn't go. And Mills rebounds it for Math Hoops. Mills shaking and baking in the backcourt. Back out McCaffrey for the three. Off the mark. And Boyd comes away with it. Here's Tyree Johnson going up against Connor McCaffrey. McCaffrey, I think, tried to take a foul and wasn't even called for it. Willie Morris, meanwhile, does get bumped and draws the whistle. Called on Marcus Philyaw.
His first, team's first.
Prudential inbounds to Jamel Boyd. Boyd has had a bit of a hot hand. He's got 14 in this ball game. The foul called again on Philyaw.
Michael Tillman's been giving NBA Math Hoops some trouble with the ball in his hands. Late in that first half, he was able to penetrate, get into the lane for some floaters, kick it out to teammates, and those troubles have persisted for NBA Math Hoops defensively here early in the second.
And it's Tillman from the perimeter here. He'll shoot right over Skip Mills, but he couldn't hit. And rebounded by Cademan Bontrager. Mills inside the lane, throws it up for Bontrager. Bontrager caught that off the backboard, then put it back in through the foul.
That was impressive, Zion. I saw the lob from Mills. I thought initially no chance that Bontrager gets to that one. And he sort of did, He did enough, I guess.
The combination on that play by Bontrager of both A, hang time, and B, hand-eye coordination to catch that ball off the backboard kind of as you're still descending from your initial jump was incredible.
Yeah, he's been fantastic again tonight. Had 7 in that first half, but he's always efficient. He's always got a nose for the basketball. Does a good job crashing the glass as well on both ends of the floor.
Couldn't finish the three-point play, but I think looked like it might have been last touched by Boyd, but it will go back over to NBA math hoops.
And it's something I was talking about last week. The fact that Bontrager is actively playing college basketball gives him a slight advantage just because of the fact that he's, not that any of these guys are out of shape, but he's a little bit more in shape. He's still playing, still lifting, all that type of stuff.
Here's Jamel Boyd with the left hand, too strong, and Mills with yet another rebound. McCaffrey finds Bontrager with the mismatch down low, stripped away by Jason Peace. And Peace pulls it out of the pack. Now Boyd posting on the other end. They swing it around. Open look for Tyree Johnson. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Clark for math hoops. McCaffrey throws it up for Bontrager, who throws it down. That a more orthodox lob completed that time by NBA math hoops as they're now on a 9-0 run.
And after that defensive rebound, Zion, the ball did not touch the floor. Great ball movement, great transition offense.
Peace open outside. They need this one. Put too much on it. And Math Hoops can go back ahead by double digits with a bucket here. Mills kind of got caught up in the air. Was looking for someone to pass to, but no one was in the vicinity. He threw it in.
That's why they say don't jump in the air to make passes. Mills got caught in a situation where he wasn't going to be able to finish with the defensive pressure there at the rim. He had no one to find with the pass.
So Prudential has gone cold again. Let's see if they can continue to put points on the board. Here's Michael Tillman, defended by Skip Mills. Shot clock already down to 5. Tillman going left, puts up the runner, no good. It's into the hands of Boyd somehow, and he lays it through.
Jamel Boyd always just seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Bontrager posting early, feeding Mathiasen. He thought he got hit, but here comes Prudential on the other end. Peace will pull up for the foul line jumper. Too strong on that attempt, as that ball last touched by Prudential on its way out of bounds, so it will be NBA math hoops with possession. Six-point advantage for this math hoop squad. They get it in to Will Mathiasen. Mathiasen going up against Morris. No good. Back out, Philly off, 15-footer, Pierre.
You can see NBA Matthews trying to take advantage of their size down low, and you got to give some credit. Some good one-on-one defense in the post by Prudential. Just can't give up those second chance opportunities.
Step back for Tillman, rattles it through. Marcus Filial looking to attack on the other end, and he drives right past Morris for the deuce.
Too easy there, Zion.
Morris looks to respond. Driving past Bontrager, swatted by Bontrager, and he keeps it in bounds as well. And then a great pass up ahead to Will Mathiasen, who flushes one down himself. I believe that was Filial on the pass.
An excellent pass.
Yeah, the length of the floor up ahead to Mathiasen. Here's Tyree Johnson. Missed everything on the three, but a rebound by Boyd, but Peace couldn't finish on the other end. And now here comes Connor McCaffrey, pull up Jay in transition, no, but Bontrager right there to clean it up. And just like that, it's an 11-point lead again for NBA Math Hoops as they surrendered the lead for the first time today earlier in this half, but now they lead at 50-39. We'll take a break here on TCL Live. NBA Math Hoops has opened up a double-digit lead again. Now they lead 50-39 over Prudential. Prudential out of the timeout. Looking to make a push here in these next few minutes toward the Elam Indy. Outside is Jason Peace. Peace fires one into Tyree Johnson. He's fouled from behind by McCaffrey, and Johnson will head to the line.
Good positioning there from Johnson, able to seal his defender, able to seal McCaffrey there. And a good pass, too, kind of a shuffle pass there from Jason Peace.
Brings Johnson to the line. If you're just now joining us, this was once a 14-point lead for NBA Math Hoops late, I would say, at least in the middle of that first half, and then it was all the way down to a 2-point advantage for Math Hoops at halftime. And then to start this half, Prudential took the lead. They had a 1-point lead, but since then, Math Hoops has kind of retaken their power on this game, and they lead it by 9. With the ball now for NBA Math Hoops, it's Skip Mills. He's guarded by Jamel Boyd. Over to Mathiasen. Inside, the shot is missed. The bunny, no good for Travis Clark. Morris outside. Tillman jabbing against Mills. Tillman now inside the lane. Tillman with the runner. Flat and boarded up by Clark.
You wonder if the fact that Prudential rocking with 6 guys tonight might be having a little bit of an effect on their legs.
That's a good point. One more player available for Math Hoops than Prudential has. As a shot taken outside by McCaffrey rolls home. And as we mentioned before, the two kind of bucket getters, Zach Owens and Larry Plummer for this Prudential squad, not here. As they come up at the again. Here comes Philia. Over to McCaffrey, down low. Clark back outside. Philia, bounce pass with Mathiasen. He can't lay it home. And Tillman rips it away. Tillman steps into a 3. Got it. A shot by Michael Tillman after the crossover.
Doing his best to trying to will this Prudential team back into this ball game. It's going to take everything Tillman's got.
Philia finds space and looks to respond. Off front iron. Here comes Tillman again. Tillman, you see himself kind of trying to free himself for a 3-point look. Good defense by Skip Mills. But then Jason Peace is able to drive on Clark and work his way to more free throws.
You know, Zion, looks like we have a timeout, but every team needs a Jason Peace. Just a guy to make that extra pass, a guy to guard the other team's best player when he's on the floor. Jason Peace is very key for this Prudential team.
Those kind of connector players, right? And I see him in that 0-0. Kind of reminds me of a guy who used to wear 0-0 in the NBA. A little Aaron Gordon-ish, maybe. You know, just a little good at a little bit of everything. Can kind of guard the perimeter, can guard inside. A decent jump shot, can drive a little bit off of a unbalanced defense. Just somebody who can do a little bit of everything for your team. You're right. Every team needs somebody like that. And
especially off the bench, this Prudential team, when fully healthy especially, that starting lineup is as talented as we have here at the City League. But especially now so without Zach Owens for the rest of the year and with Larry Plummer not active tonight, you need a guy like Jason Peace to come off the bench and keep that level high. And Zion, I'm looking over at that Prudential bench. They look tired. They look gassed over there.
We'll see how that affects them for the 3.5-ish minutes heading into the Elam inning, and then for the Elam inning period. Once again, that first dead ball at or under the 4-minute mark will stop the time, and it'll be 9 points added to the leading team score, and that'll be the target score to win this game. So Peace with 2 free throws at the line. Can't get the first to go. Peace is able to split the pair. As Prudential just trying to stick around.
This is the end. They've got to do it. Got to get stops on this side of the floor.
Here's Mills. against Morris. Mills gets by him, gets into the lane, 13-footer off front rim, rebound fought for. It's going to be a held ball between Jamel Boyd and Cademan Bontrager.
And I'm looking forward to this jump ball. These are two of the more springy, athletic guys we have this summer. Bontrager has the height advantage, but Boyd's got some springs in those shoes.
And Bontrager wins it over to Connor McCaffrey. Back to Bontrager. Open in the corner is Emmanuel Colin Romero. That one almost banked in, but it comes back out to Will Mathiasen. Back to Colin Romero. Put too much on that shot and turned over by Skip Mills. That one almost turned over, but it turns into a foul as we'll see Jason Peace head to the line again. Michael Tillman maybe came down with the ball, was very close to doing so, but bounced the pass over to Peace, who got fouled.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a smile on his face after the fact. Probably just more of a how did I get away with that kind of smile. Not that he traveled, but just jumping in the air to make that pass. And again, Jason Peace doing the little things, running the floor for his squad.
Peace wills that first free throw in. Peace sinks both. It's back down to a 6-point game.
And keep stringing these stops together. Anything can happen if you're close in that Elam ending, especially with the way Michael Tillman's played tonight.
McCaffrey inside, nice dish to Will Mathiasen.
If you're Tillman there at the top of the key, he's exerted so much energy on the offensive end of the floor. It's tough for him to stay in front of McCaffrey there.
Peace over to Willie Morris. Morris trying to take it to the rack. Gets it over to Tillman. Had it knocked away, but back into his hands. 5 on the shot clock for Michael Tillman. Tillman gets to the foul line. Tillman draws a foul.
It's going to go against McCaffrey. I think it's in the act of shooting. I think he had gathered.
Tillman will indeed shoot free throws. Now this Prudential team offensively is in the single bonus. Now we're under 5 minutes left to go. Or 5 minutes left on the clock, I should say. Nearing that Elam ending period. Tillman buries the first free throw.
Looks like Prudential's going to be within striking distance when this target score gets put on the board. That's all you can ask for, considering they were down by double figures not too long ago.
Tillman goes 1 of 2. Here comes Skip Mills. McCaffrey looking to attack Morris again. Back out to Mathiasen. Poor spacing. McCaffrey is able to get away from the traffic. Now he drives inside, puts up a runner, and gets it over the rim and in.
It's a Big Ten move right there, just using his strength, getting into the defender, and then rising up.
Cutting Tyree Johnson. He goes up for the shot, and he's fouled. So more free throws coming for Prudential. And now with 3:48 showing on the clock, that will trigger the Elam mini. Target score will be 66. You add 9 points to the Math Hoops leading total, and that is our target score.
Knock in both of these, and you're just down by 7 entering the Elam ending portion of the ball game. Again, still well within striking distance, but you got to get stops.
Johnson is able to nail the first free throw. Johnson hits both, and that'll bring us to the Elam ending. NBA Math Hoops leads it 57-50. Prudential, we need to score 16 before Math Hoops can put up another 9.
Which is doable.
For sure. They went on a similar run basically to end the first half. So let's see if there's enough left in the tank for Prudential or if Math Hoops will head to 3-0. Here's Skip Mills off the screen. Gets it to Matthias, and he can't finish at the hoop. And it is put back in by Filia. Willie Morris brings it ahead for Prudential. Morris crossing over. Morris drives, tough shot, and a late whistle on Filia.
Nice move there by Morris, and what he did well there, he initiated that initial contact, got into the body of Filia, then rose up. Not sure if there was much contact on the body. It looked like it was initiated by Morris. Perhaps got him up top.
This Prudential team continues to get to the free throw line, which you said it during our last time out, Zach. This team is really tired. The fact that they've been able to get these many stoppages may play to their favor. Morris hits both.
Free throw line, not only an opportunity for free points, but also to kind of catch your breath.
For sure. Now they've got to get stops. They trail by 7 still. Here's McCaffrey. Over to Skip Mills. Mills finds enough space to fire. Not there, and Tillman gets the board for Prudential. Tillman pump fake from beyond the volleyball line. Then he drove inside off the pass and laid it in with the left hand.
If I'm NBA Math Hoops, I might find a way to get Bontrager involved down low on the block.
Skip Mills over to Filia. Here is Bontrager. Back to Marcus Filia. Filia driving, hanging, shooting. Can't get it to go, but Bontrager takes matters into his own hands. 5 points away now from another victory for NBA Math Hoops. Tillman, bounce pass to Peace. Peace isolating against Clark. No good on the three-point attempt. Here comes Skip Mills. Mills at the free throw line. Mills back out. Filia's open for 3. He hit. Just like that. NBA Math Hoops is 2 points away from another win.
Yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin there. Big shot there by Filia.
Tillman can't get his layup to go. And here comes Math Hoops trying to win the game. Nice dish to McCaffrey. He left the floater short, and Peace rebounds it for Prudential. Tyree Johnson will take the transition 3. That hit off the shot clock. It's a good trick shot, but doesn't count. A bucket here would do it. Here's Skip Mills with the ball for Math Hoops. Mills picks up his dribble. Finds Cademan Bontrager. Bontrager in the lane, out to McCaffrey. He wants to end it. Can't do so there. Peace comes away with it for Prudential, and Mills commits an intentional foul on Peace. I believe that should be a 1-and-1 for Peace. Not sure if that was just to catch his breath and maybe get out the game for Mills, but it will end up being a trip to the line. Doesn't look like he's even subbing out. I don't know what the thought process may have been there.
Don't think it's even going to be a common foul. They might upgrade this to a take foul, which would be a free throw and then the ball for Prudential. Guess the thought process from Mills could be you don't want to give up a 3. That kind of cuts into your lead, but
when you're up by 10,
exactly.
You just need to get one more bucket. It's more so about what you do offensively than what you surrender as a defense in this junction of the game.
Completely agree. Looks like it'll just be a 1-and-1 common foul.
Peace can't hit, so it goes right back to NBA Math Hoops. Here comes Filia. Filia finds Clark. He can't hit with the left hand, so 3 opportunities to end it have come up empty for Math Hoops. On the other end, here's Jamel Boyd. He knew he missed it right away, and it's switched back up and in by Jason Peace. 8-point game. Everybody on the court seems a little exhausted, Zach. But Math Hoops just needs one more bucket to send it home. Here's Skip Mills, fouled up top by Tillman. And Prudential not yet in the bonus. So it'll be a side out, far from the bonus. Only the third foul committed by Prudential in this half.
Not a bad foul there from Tillman.
Math Hoops inbounds again to Mills. Mills driving on Morris. Mills takes the 14-foot floater, doesn't go. And it's back into the hands of Morris. Up ahead, Jamel Boyd throws it down, and we've got a 6-point game. Math Hoops 0 for 4 in their attempts to end this ball game. As foul tab to Tyree Johnson, crashing in to Caden Bontrager that time. Still just a side out. Philly all looking to get it into McCaffrey, and now another foul on Johnson. So that's now the 5th team foul on Prudential.
It's a tough one there. Johnson just trying to kind of front that entry pass.
Now, conversation between officials, not sure what for. And it was not controlled yet on the inbound, so that will be a one-shot foul.
A dead ball foul is what they're going with here. That is a tough break. I was under the assumption, Zion, and I could be wrong, that it was just if the ball was actually in flight.
So our official tells us it has to be actually controlled inbounds. I'm not sure I knew that, honestly. So the shot is made. Doesn't make that much of a difference. They still need a bucket. If you're Math Hoops. Here is Travis Clark down low. Back out to Filioff. Filioff feeds Clark. Ball being fought for inside. Somehow ends up with Skip Mills, and he gets fouled. So now he just needs to make one of these to end the ball game.
His third, team 6.
A clunky potential ending here. As Math Hoops has really had to fight to get these final 2 points. They got one off that McCaffrey dead ball free throw. And now some argument between the teams. Skip Mills for the win. He hits, and NBA Math Hoops advances to 3-0 on the summer. Prudential takes their 2nd straight loss. To defending champs are now 2-2, but Math Hoops showing just their balanced approach. Everybody kind of got their shine throughout this game, and they end up on top, Zach.
And I think good things kind of come out of both of these, come out of the game for both of these two teams. If you're NBA Math Hoops, obviously 3-0, that's fantastic. But if you're Prudential, this NBA Math Hoops team is one of, if not the best teams on the men's side, and you hung right with them till the end without your best available scorer, Larry Plummer, sideline.
So Prudential is still trying to figure out life without Zach Owens. They fall to 2-2. NBA Math Hoops now 3-0. For Zach Browning, I'm Zion Brown. Thanks for joining us both today and yesterday here from the Bonner Fitness and Learning Center as this concludes Week 5 of the City League.